Successful. Great stars, including our next guest.
Nikki Reed. She played Rosalie in the Twilight Saga, one of the biggest movie series in recent years. Fans getting a bit of the Twilight experience this week.
Nikki Reed.
Do you know what this is about?
Nikki Reed, welcome to Good Day New York. Nice to see you.
Thank you, guys.
The last time we saw you, you were in a bathing suit.
Okay.
Swimming with Diana Nyad.
That was 2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago.
We were there. As a matter of fact, we were swimming as well. First of all, seriously, welcome and congratulations on all the success.
Thank you, thank you. That was a fantastic event. I was really honored to be a part of it.
I have to tell you, I don't want to get my hair wet. You like dove right in there.
I got right in.
Right in. But I was doing the doggy paddle. I was exhausted.
I did a little doggy paddle. I was prepared for the doggy paddle.
And?
I mean, I ventured out and I really explored my the breaststroke. So.
Indeed. Nikki, you look great, and actually you're a pretty good swimmer. Rosanna and I were pathetic in that pool. Just ridiculous.
No judgment here.
We came right after you. We were a little intimidated. Anyway, what brings you to town?
I'm here for the Twilight Forever fan experience. My husband and I, Paul, we're actually performing tonight at Planet Hollywood. Yeah, we're going to sing. We have a song on the soundtrack, so that's pretty exciting to feel like it's sort of all-encompassing, you know?
Your husband, Paul, the American Idol finalist a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Paul McDonald?
Paul McDonald.
We've had him on the show. Very nice young man. I think you guys make a great couple.
Thank you very much.
How did you two meet?
How did we meet? I guess technically I stalked him. I was actually a big fan, and I went to tell him that I loved his music, and I felt like he just had such a great energy. I mean, from the second I met him, I just kind of knew. I don't know what I knew. I mean, clearly I knew something. Now we're married.
Well, that's fabulous. How long has it been?
We just had our 2-year wedding anniversary.
2 years, all right.
And I love their new album. They both wrote it together, and you sing together. Is this the new song right here?
We're not sure what this is. Turn out the volume.
Oh, that's Now That I Found You. That's one of the songs on the record. But the song that we put in the Twilight soundtrack is called All I've Ever Needed, and we wrote it together. And although it kind of mirrors our relationship, it actually is written about Bella and Edward. About the characters.
Good stuff. Actually, can we see a clip, please, of Nikki Reed in Twilight? Let's see what all the fuss is about. Nikki Reed in Twilight. Press play, please.
I was a little theatrical back then.
What just happened there?
Is this, that was from the third film. That was from Eclipse, where we got to explore Rosalie's backstory. What's interesting about these movies is the evolution of the hair and makeup and the look. I mean, in every single film, we kind of have a different look. So
it works.
That was.
So that's it now, right?
We're done. Yeah, we're done. But I mean, it still lives on. You know, we wrapped these films like, gosh, well over a year, maybe 2 years ago now, and we're still talking about it. You know, because the fans, they're so devoted. They love the movies. They love being a part of the experience, which is why I can still come out to New York and do something like this for the fans.
So what happens at this Twilight experience?
All kinds of things. Well, first of all, they get to meet, I mean, it's not just me. There's a few. It's Peter Facinelli, Jackson Rathbone, so a couple of us are there. And
is Robert Pattinson going to be there?
I think Rob's working right now. I don't think he's going to be there.
He's on a film somewhere.
He's on a film somewhere.
How do you know these things?
He's busy. Nikki.
He has him on speed dial.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Los Angeles.
How did you get into the business?
I wrote the first film I was in. It was called 13.
Good for you. How old were you at the time, may I ask?
I was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you know some people? I mean, did you know the right people to send this script to, or what?
You know, the stars were aligned. I don't know exactly how. I've written a number of things since then, and it really is about timing and about doing something that feels current and kind of like groundbreaking, which 13 was definitely all of those
Scary
things.
13.
Yeah, it was scary. I mean, it wasn't a horror film, but right. I guess for some people it was. Yeah.
Now, I was wikiing you last night, and it said in your biography that you moved out of your house when you were 14 years old?
I was a little older than that, but yeah, I was nearing 16, but I was very young. My parents, I guess, just believed that that I would be able to do, that I'd be okay. I homeschooled myself. Actually, I was my own teacher. Very diligent.
Did you leave the house in a huff?
It wasn't, no, sort of.
You were 14. We get it.
My childhood was interesting. I lived by myself in an apartment.
And how did you support yourself?
I worked. So, which is why it's so funny. There's all that controversy. You know, I started in, I started out playing a character that for some people, you know, they just couldn't really like disassociate me from. Evie Zamora in 13 was, I mean, just such a bad girl. So that image was kind of connected to me for a long time. But the truth is, I was very much a young adult before I even needed to be. I mean, I moved out. I was homeschooling myself. I was working to pay the bills, and I wasn't like partying, you know.
How do you homeschool yourself, though? How do you, I mean, you send away for books?
Schoolwork. I was sent my, you know, but to this day, like, I'm still, anywhere I film, I enroll in the local college, and I still teach myself. I do online schooling. I'm a big fan, continuing education. Yeah, I do it pretty consistently.
What do you major in?
Focused person here.
What am I majoring in?
Yeah, what do you major? What
well,
subjects?
Actually, currently, I was thinking about going back to school to get a business degree, but I've studied everything from psychology to English literature to the history of the Middle East. I mean, wherever I am, whatever I feel I'm interested in, I kind of pick up and go from there.
Obviously, you're financially stable right now, and you can kind of do these kind of things?
Well, I mean,
There's never enough.
Fingers crossed. No, you know, it's the... that's part of being an actor or being in entertainment, is kind of not knowing what your next job is. So I'm always trying to challenge myself and grow and learn and expand in other areas.
What is your next challenge? Do you know yet? Do you have a movie that you signed on to?
This past year, I was focusing. I did 4 movies, but I launched a jewelry line, and then I also launched a collection for 7 for All Mankind. And then Paul and I.
7 for All Mankind, the jeans people.
Yeah.
Happens to be my favorite dungaree. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
Dungaree.
I know people don't say dungarees anymore.
Excuse him, he says dungaree.
All right, listen.
You're excused.
Good stuff, Nikki. People can meet you in person in Times Square today.
Tonight, yeah.
What tonight?
Yeah.
What time around?
I'll be there from like 4 to 8, give or take.
4 to 8ish.
Yeah.
With the husband.
With the husband, yeah. We're going to do a meet and greet and spend some time with the fans. I mean, that's what's really important for us. This whole experience wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the fans, and that's the truth. I mean, I know you hear that, but it's the fact that the fans keep coming out for, you know, for anything Twilight related and really support us on this journey. So we want to spend time with them.
They'll be out tonight. The Twilight Experience in Times Square. Meet Nikki Reed and her great husband, Paul. Good stuff. Thank you very much.
All right, have you ever heard of Junior's Cheesecake from Brooklyn?
No, should I?
Yes!
Yeah,
while you're in town, you need to study Junior's Cheesecake.